drink a little drink, just to get away from all this shit. You start smoking weed to get away, to forget, to get high, to relax. Definitely been out there. But I've definitely been out there. I know that everything that I see, touch, smell, taste, anything I do, I'm thinking about how I can put it into music. Because my dad was like a DJ. I was proper, like, proper into music. Proper into music. At night, aunties, uncles come around. Then I'd go to bed at like 1, 2 in the morning. And I'd wake up at like 8 again in the morning. Then you'd have like 3 relatives that are still dancing.
Alright, what up, stream? Let me close that out. Alright, welcome to tonight's art stream. How we doing, chat? I got the Sapporo. It's tall style, much like myself. Some say dinner can just be 2 beers. We'll be putting that to the test tonight. If for some reason audio is off, let me know. I should have readjusted all the levels so it again makes sense, but because I cannot check myself, I always require an outside source to confirm that the audio is working. Anyways, last time on the art stream, we came up with this Dokusei Bangin' Summer thumbnail for the end of the year video. Absolutely love this. I think this is awesome. I looked at this like a couple times since the last stream, and I'm like, we cooked. Really love this. I think this is about everything I wanted it to be, and so like it's done. Like this one's ship it. It's done. Came up with FTL, Faster Than Light. This also I think is about as perfect as humanly possible. I'm in love with the way this looks. So I think this was another absolute success. We came up with Sakura Wars. This still rules to me. This still has that like 1998 magazine advertisement about the internet feel. I think this is stunning. I completely love this. And then the one thing that isn't a slam dunk that we came up with was the Imadoki no Vampire. This still needs something. I like where it's going, but it needs something. And that's what that something is, I don't know. That's probably something I'm going to do like off stream, is like retool this and figure out what exactly needs to be added or possibly taken away to make sure this thing like comes across the right way. But that was previously on Artstream. Today we're going to start working with a piece I've already cut out to kind of get ahead of the manual labor involved. We're going to start with this cutout of Yohane I made, because one of the games we need to make an image for is Yohane the Parhelion. Numazu in the Mirage. Don't look at me quickly stealing a peek from the file name to remember what the heck that name is, because I've never once called it that. This game is Yohane Slay the Spire until I'm in the ground. Ain't nobody saying that Numazu in the Mirage shit. I'll tell you that right now. But I have a general idea of what I want for this. So first off, I got to give myself the background I want, and then I'm going to layer text behind Yohane, and I'm going to see how that works. So time to get to it. I do have a white background on this right now, just so I could see how my my wand tooling was working. I put a light feather around everything to kind of give it that, because there's a lot of chromatic aberration on her to begin with, and so I put a very light feather on all of my cutout, and having that white background allowed me to see what I did and didn't do so well. Like you can see there's like a hard chop right here I had to pull off. Yeah, so be it. There's a couple hard chops in here that no one's gonna notice them unless they're pointed out. Let's put it that way. Unless you're the one making it. Like rule number 1 of art: no one knows it's a mistake other than you, unless it's really obvious. That, like, take that to the grave. No one knows it's a mistake other than you. Okay, so I want a sort of deep galaxy blue background to start. Let's see what I have. If I have anything in my... I might have something in my my gradients to begin with. That's not bad. We can work with this. Chelsea, hello. I was thinking it might be Cheru. I was thinking there was an idea it might be Cheru. How you doing? Glad to have you on the evening. That's my goat Chris right there in chat. Let's go. The mystery man himself. All right. And just as always, currently I currently have Windows up, looking for files, but you won't see it. So if my mouse is just doing this in the middle of the design, that's because I'm currently surfing through window libraries. Keep on working on that mystery, Chris. You're one of the best around. Something Halloween themed. We doing the thrill kill? We doing the battle monsters? The Terror Dome? It's really hard to keep my head in frame because I like to lean like this. I need to keep my... If I keep both elbows on my chair, it'll keep my head in frame. That's the thing I have to remember. Alright, where are my art assets? I want to see if putting this cloud... If overlaying this cloud will do anything to begin with. Kind of like... where was it? That right there is a screen. I do like the screen so far. A bootleg ROM hack of Pang. I might have played Pang once. I'm not sure. Alright, so we got the screen. Screen looked good. What else we got? Here. Yeah, I'm just going to put the screen on this. Screen. I'm probably going to drop the opacity a little bit, because it is a tad bit more... maybe I color balance this, because I lost a little bit of that dark galaxy blue I was looking for. I want this shit blue. Mid-tone. Oh, you can't see this window either. Okay, so yeah, I'm over here in my window. This is, when I screen capture my Photoshop, like none of my windows show up, which is very funny. Ooh, Vicious Circle. I know that game's got like some epilepsy warning stuff. I remember DJ Tatsujin talking about it, but Blackheart rules. Blackheart is a sick-ass game. I think Blackheart is a dope game. Oh, color balance. So trying to get myself some more blue. It's a little too deep for the shadow lines, midtones, and highlights. It's not really working for me. So that color balance didn't do what I wanted it to do. I mean, it kind of did, but I might need to throw some curves on here. See if it gives me my. That's better. That's a little bit better. I might have to do something else to this, but that's not a bad start. What else do we have? I don't really want to add any vector images onto this yet. The Spawn arcade game? Now that's what's up. If you could track down an Xbox copy of Soul Calibur 2, you could do forced Spawn mirror matches. That requires significant hardware, though. Let's see. You can't see the window, but I'm currently surfing through my C4D collection. Yo, Soul Calibur 2 Link, ring out King. I think it's his A throw. His A throw, if you are like left or right of ring out, you are gone. The flip over with the arm and hit him with the like a baseball bat. Give him the old bada bing. It was actually over at that point. Let's see if this crap ass C4D looks like anything. What do we got here? Will this add any sort of darkness to this when I overlay? Or will it just blow everything out? Kind of like that, and then I'm gonna... That kind of just washes it out a little bit. That just washes it out. I don't think I like that. Let me get to all that crap. Let's see. Hell yeah, get cooking. Get cooking, Chris. I want to add maybe a secondary gradient layer to try and darken this. Trying to just give it an offsetting color pattern. If there's a perfect world where I can get equal parts, I almost had it. There's a perfect world where I can get equal parts light on both sides. Well, not equal parts, but equal emphasis of light on both sides. And I think it was this, but I'd like to maybe, in that case, readjust the gradient to be significantly less white, like that. There we go. Now Johanna already pops a little bit in this design, so I don't think because the feathering, that when you feather around an image like that, it leaves a little bit of a shadow trail because of the softness of the feather effect. So she already feels like she pops. She doesn't need like a drop shadow or anything. So I don't think I really need to mess anything with her. She looks great the way she is because she's my beautiful cringe fail daughter. So what's going to happen next is we're going to see if I can get any text in here. Johanna the Parhelion. And again, I'm going to open up a graphic, a type window, a copy, text window, I should say. and you won't be able to see anything, but you should see the effects. Excuse me, sorry. Beer burps. Not very attractive. Yohane the Parhelion. I want this to be I want this to be gigantic and take up the entire screen. Yeah, that's not really gonna work. So I want this to instead, let's bring this back down, justify it left. Because this area is where there's enough negative space for me to actually work with something if I'm gonna like hide copy behind it. So if I split into 3 lines and then give a right justification and then do this, there's a belief that you can understand that that text says Yohane the Parhelion. It might just say lion at the other end, but that's fine. That's not the important part. It's just meant to be like, you know, added detail, not actually meant to be read. That's not like the world's worst font, but let's see what else I have that would look nicely, because I don't know if I want the serifs. I don't know if I want a serif font, and I need to get really close to the camera so I can see my font selection, because my eyesight is for penis. Yeah, I could always just go with, you can always, hey, when in doubt, you can always just go with Arial. Arial is like a standard sans serif for a reason. I do be squinting. The glasses are not for show. Lucida is just a different version of Arial, pretty much. Myriad's got a little bit more beef on the letters. I don't know if I like that, because I actually wanted that P to pop out behind her, just a little bit. But I don't want anything too bold, because then it takes away. This isn't supposed to be read. This is supposed to be felt. Wow, my sans serif collection isn't very good. Tahoma. No, I hate serifs on the eye. That's horrendous. Porter. Porter is actually a little too effective because you lose the Y in Yohane behind you, because you see the PA back here now, but you lose the Y. So let's see. I might actually just stick with Arial, because that way you can see the P behind it. And let's see if there's something I want to do with the copy. Do I want to... there's a blending layer open now, you can't see it. I might want to give it a drop shadow, just to give it a little bit more emphasis. But I want to bring the opacity down on that drop shadow so it doesn't read like it. If you keep it too high up, then there's a really like bold black shadow to it, and that takes up too much of your attention in your eye. I just want to bring that down to something like this, where you can kind of see that P in the corner now. You can tell it's here because of the drop shadow. So just put a little tiny drop shadow just to make some of those things a little easier, because like the N is fading into the light, the P is going to fade into the light, and by putting just a little bit of an emphasis on it, you can now make it part of the design where it sticks out ever so slightly. And then the other thing I was thinking of, because like I don't need to do a whole lot to this. Yohane's huge. She takes up so much of the picture. Like I don't need to do a whole lot. But the only other thing I was thinking was I want to put a band, a color block, right here. make this probably the deepest blue I can. Since I upgraded my Photoshop, I lost all of my like little patterns, which is a bit of a bummer, and I don't remember if I brought any new patterns in, because it'd be really fun to pattern overlay with something, but I don't think I have any pattern overlays anymore. So just grain. No, it's disgusting. What am I thinking? Yeah, that's horrendous. Horrendous grain effects. I need to take some time one day and rework my pattern effects, put those back in, because I lost all of them when I upgraded, and I like handmade them just by making dots, so I'll have to just re-hand make them. But oh no, not cancel. Blending option. Destroy that. Come back. There we go. What I want is for this to be where no. Sorry. There we go. I want this. No, that selected the big fonts. I'll do it over here. Damn it. This is where above it says hello. Hello. Grab it. Why is it not grabbing it? My word, what is going on? There we go. This is where it will say Numazu in the Mirage in a much fancier fonts. Photoshop's a lot of work. I learned Photoshop when I was 14 and I'm 34. So I've had some time with it. Good old Photoshop CS2. But it's all just going online and looking at like art tutorials. You learn everything that way. For whatever reason, the text won't move unless I actually Control-T it, which is a little frustrating, but Photoshop also doesn't really like to work very well when I'm streaming. I think it overloads Photoshop and its poor little baby processors. Because this, trust me, this is not a good program. This program's ass. Audio, Adobe can kick rocks forever. Mazu in the Mirage. That's a little too sharp. That's like this, too extreme. No, that's not it. Where's Sousa? Is that what it's called? Sousa? Seuss's. Yeah. Seuss's. Numazu in the Mirage. That's a little childish. I don't know if I like that. It's also too, it's also, this needs to not be white. That's what it is. It needs to be a lighter color because it's being eaten up by the white. So when I put the white between the and parhelion, it takes from your eye. It doesn't read correctly. Your eye doesn't see those as 1, 2, 3, 4. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. This actually might be more difficult than I thought to get this to fit in there and look different. Actually, that might not be bad. If I just tuck this. Yeah. Okay, now it's working. Yeah. See, just if I tuck this. Maybe we decrease the size of this rectangle. Make it real thin like. Make it real thin like. Yeah, that's sleeker now. That's way sleeker. Like that breathes so much better now. Okay. A, save this for God's sakes. And then let's just sit and look for a second and say, does it need anything else? Can I add to this in any way? Let me spin through some folders. Spin through a couple folders. Probably look at some really soft overlays, some soft grids. Oh, I wish these overlays weren't white so I could see them. I have to like click on them to look at them. Because when I click on them, they'll show up in see, that doesn't do anything. Like that, you don't even see that in the design. Like that's just like you can't even see that. And that's too white anyways. If I would add something, it's going to be something I just kind of fade. This could go somewhere though. I gotta drop the opacity on it though, like that. See, that's not bad, having that there. I need to go behind this though. That's cute, just a little something something in the corner. Not ruining anything. There's a honeycomb design, there's an arrow. I don't think any of these really do anything for me. I might plop this in the background and just drop it and then absolutely just strip the opacity from it. Yeah, like if I just drop this in there. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind having that. And like the opacity's at 20 and I still might bump that down to like 10. Just so it's so faint. Just so it's absolutely, you can barely even see it. It just adds a little more dimension to it. It helps break up the background. So there's like a couple lines your eye can tell things are going on. Other than that, like that I think that's done. I think that is actually like we did it. It's hard to complain about a piece because it has the big picture of Yohane, and you want something that has like a strong visual focal point, and there's no stronger visual focal point than a gigantic heckin' Yohane right over everything. So that's it. That one just makes itself. You're just, you know, you're just making stuff around it, but Yohane's doing all the work for herself. All right, so that's that one. Let's get to the Eternal Ring. This one's gonna be tricky. In my mind, I have an idea for it, and I don't know how it's gonna work. I have no clue how this is gonna work. For starters, I gave this a gray. Excuse me. This is a really light gray. And I think for what I want to do, I need to darken that gray a little bit more. It needs to be something like that. Because I want to make circles. Oops, grab the corner. Circle. Want to copy that circle. my sanity, make that circle a different color, bring it down, do that, merge, oops. Can I not merge without destroying that? What the hell? Alright, never mind. Do this the old-fashioned way. Just rasterize the piss out of both of these so I can start messing with them. Then I take the inner circle, magic wand that, I take the outer circle, delete it, and then check my Control D, deselect, and then check my edges, and they look like garbage. Yeah, that's why I don't do that. Okay. That's really why you do something like this in Illustrator. But Illustrator's for my day job, and I don't use Illustrator when it's fun time. So, how do I do this in Photoshop again? How do I cut something very nicely, very cleanly in Photoshop again? Well, actually, the answer is you just fake it. You fake it until it becomes an issue. Color overlay, take this, make it the same color. Photoshop crashes slightly. Now you have a knockout. It's not actually a knockout, but who can tell? That's the thing. And so, can I merge this now, please? No, actually, I need to convert these to Smarty Pants objects before I convert them, probably. And then I can probably merge them, and it'll work, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then I want to. Ooh, no, I want to. I want to squish it in a very specific way. Like this. See, now it's an issue. Now the fact that I didn't knock those out is an issue, which is fine. I think for what I'm doing here today, I can just knock these out, and it won't be the end of the world. It's a rough cut, but like we're not zooming far in, and we're not stroking anything. If I was to take this and I was to put a stroke, I'll show you right now. If you do a magic wand cut like that, and it's really, really fucking rough, if you were to put a stroke on this, you can see just how, like, you can see the difference between these two lines. This one's very, very soft, and this one's really raggedy. And that's the problem with the magic wand cut. But I don't need to do, I'm not doing any sort of strokes for this. So now, where were we? Right there, that's what I want. And I'm gonna zoom out slightly. In my mind, that looked way better. Really, this just needs one ring. Anything, I wanted to do something where I had 3 rings, and then the second I made 3 rings, I realized just how unbelievably busy looking that was. Unless I do maybe 3 rings like this. And that's still very busy looking. I don't like that. So I'm just gonna stick with 1 ring. And what I want is to start off with the text a little bit. Eternal ring. Right, justify. I actually don't hate the size of it. Remind me about this later. Actually, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save it right there because that's kind of cool. But what I wanted was something big and white. I don't know why I do that. I don't need to do that. I have a window over here. You just can't see it. That takes care of all those things for me. And then we will take this and we will just whoop. Just whoop. That's too big. I'm just gonna woo. And I want it to be slightly eaten up by that white ring. That's the way my brain saw it. Slightly eaten up. But it will depend on what font we use. So I'm gonna get real close to the camera again, and we're gonna see what works best for this? Because this is one where I do not mind something being sharp and futuristic. But it's got to look like... It has to look right. Luis, how we doing? Welcome to the stream, Luis. I don't think I like this song very much, but it's just got such an ignorant fucking beat that I can't help it. I've been good. Wife's been gone for a couple days, so I've been able to be a degenerate and just do all the things I needed to do, and now I miss her. Thank God she's coming home tomorrow. Fucked up how when you're married and someone wants your attention, you can't spend like 12 hours doing voice work and audio editing. Oh god, that's a horrific looking font. Why did I even download that? I know it came in a pack, but like, ugh. Maybe one day I'll find a use for that, but wow. It's so over the top. Wife life is good life. I'm very happy with it. Oh, I could I could use the PS3 font. I could use the PS3 font. PS3 font's so fucking ugly though. Like, look at this. Look at this N in the PS3 font. There's a slice in it right there. Like, what is that? It's so ugly. Like, this is the PS3 font, but it's not a good font. Old Spider-Man PS3 font. Future Mark. Future Mark's not readable. I love the way Future Mark looks. It's just not readable. It's not a. I don't know who has the license to that font. I think that's actually just a straight font that they licensed from someone. Because I don't know if they inherently did the PS3 font and the Spider-Man font under the same license, or if they're two separate creative studios that license use of that font. The fucked up part about being in graphic design is like being in the world of being like, oh, they used that font. That's just a regular font that anyone can use with, or it's a font that some people can use with a licensing. Ask me about seeing Baron Nue in the wild, because every time I see it, I'm like, Baron Nue. This is probably what I was looking for, was Elastica. This was kind of what I wanted. And oh no, I don't want to use Elastica because I use Elastica for the FTL. Cock. Okay, yeah. The FTL art piece had Elastica because it was a really good piece, and so I don't want to use, because it's all under the same video, so I don't want to use the same font twice if I don't have to. This isn't bad, but can I throw a fat nasty? There we go. Now we're talking. Just throw a fat nasty tracking on it. And it's probably a nastier one than that. Like 350. Yeah, now we're talking. I do need to, oops. Probably pump the size of this a little bit. The T is getting eaten up by the ring in a way I don't really want it to. But I also need to be able to center this properly. Maybe if I take it up here where it's, ooh. This is a little difficult. Okay. One second. I might have to move the ring. Kind of have like two issues here. I need the ring if I put it here, you can still see that the T is a T, and you can see that the L is an L, and that's what I want. Okay. So this is the base, and the one thing my brain was thinking was extremely minor drop shadow from a copy, and take this and give it its own color. It's going to show up red for a second. I want it to maybe be teal. Like that. Yeah, like a real faint, real faint teal, like that. Okay, okay, we're going somewhere with this. We're going somewhere with this. I do want this one in my mind's eye. Kind of looks like what I have going on here. I wanted it to be very, very faint, very, very minimal. I'm gonna try one more thing. I am gonna put another ring right here, and I'm going to just strip the opacity from it. We are talking 15% opacity. And I'm going to take this color and I'm going to make it pink. And that didn't really work. And I know why. I need to pump the opacity like this. Then I need to merge. I want to make that a little more pink. That's like a very like periwinkle-ish. I want it to be a bit more vibranty pinky. The problem was when I was addressing the opacity on both of these, because these are both separate shapes. When I did the opacity on both of them, that means that the white was no longer covering the actual pink version, and it wasn't giving it that drop shadow effect. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have it the way I want, I'm going to combine them and then drop the opacity as one. That way I still get that effect. So that's about a 15% opacity right there. And right around here, I think I like that. I think that helps balance out the design a little bit more. And now, we'll save, because that's a smart thing to do. Now I am going to fuck it up. Now I'm going to find ways to fuck this thing up. What are my overlays looking like these days? Give me some overlays. Overlay man. Your strongest overlays. Yes, 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 right there. Yes, 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 okay. What is this overlay? I can never tell. Oh my god, that's horrendous. Get that away from me. I can never see what that is in preview. And I'm always like, is that something interesting? And it's never something interesting. That looks god-awful. This one goes over here. Drop the opacity on this by a lot. 25. Oh, look at that. It marks up perfectly between the N and the I. If I just drop this a little bit, if I just shimmy this down, boom, there it goes, right here. Line to the A, above the L, below the L, bing bing bing, bong bong bong. Doesn't get better than that. Does not get better than that. Save it. I like where we're going with this. More, though. What if I added more? Oh, that's my code layers. I don't need code. I did that for the FTL one. I had code in the background. Where's my folder? Do I want a noise grain on this? Mm, not exactly. I don't think I need a grain. It's sharp the way it looks. A grain sometimes helps though. Okay, now the hard part. I go into my vectors and I have to like actually I have to go like nab these vectors out of an asset pack. I don't have actual individual use of them. I just yoink them out of a sheet, which is what you're supposed to do in Illustrator, but I'm not using Illustrator, so I'm doing this very poorly. Which one is the PNG? Right here? Bonk. It's just gonna be one gigantic. I want what? What do I want? What do I want? I think I want this right here. Take this, blend it to be white. I think I just want to throw that there. Eternal ring. Does this need anything else? Actually, what if I did? Just thinking. Just thinking. What if I did this? What if I did this? What are we thinking? What are we thinking here? Like that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Look at that. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, Jero, I am digging the Poison sample in the song. Poison is a crazy good track. But I think this is done. That was like the last piece I needed. This right here, offsetting the ovals. That's classic. Look at that. Oh wow, I love this. I love this now. This is an excellent piece. Golly. Whew. Like art is just doing shit, and then you find something, and it makes sense. And I've just been at this long enough where I know how to do shit fast enough and get there. And also with these minimal designs, it's like the trick is actually knowing just when to stop. Like I wanted this to be kind of minimal, and I think it looks the way it should. And I know at this point, if I was to add anything to it, it would distract. It would not add. I also completely have the too much gene. It took me years to work out of the too much gene. I had to eventually come to terms with the fact that I do need to have actual design fundamentals and maybe once in a while use them when doing design work. But I'll be honest, this is good. I'm actually gonna just fire this off as a finished product right now. I'm gonna open up that Yohane one real quick. And I'm gonna save this as a finished product as well, because I think it is also finished. All right, 2 in the bag, 2 in the bag. It's only been an hour. We're doing great, we're doing great. These are the ones I had, like, premeditated ideas for, though, so, like, I'm glad they've come through. Oh man, my Sapporo's almost done. Tragedy. Okay. I have a idea for the Drakengard one. If that idea comes to fruition is a very different story. I don't know how this is going to work, or if it's going to work at all. But it's going to be very, very vector hearty. So I'm going to throw a white background on, and I'm going to take a bunch of fucking vector pieces in varying tones of gray and red. And I'm going to try and slap them on this perpendicular, just like, you know, level as it is right now. And then I want to take that, and I want to just cock it slightly, and I want that to be the piece. We will see if I get there or not. That, in my mind's eye, I can kind of see how it works, but I have no faith that that's actually going to end up that way. But this is going to be another one that's like, I want this part of the screen, this half downward, to be just white. And then this half-ish or so upward to be a mess of varying red and gray vector images. And kind of not, it doesn't have to be exactly at this, like, cut your sandwich into triangles angle, but we're going to see. I want it to be like 60-40. 60% white, 40% vector. We will see if we get there. Okay. Windows, I have a window open, so I'm looking at it right now. You do not see that. As always, I give the heads up. If I have a window open, I'll let you know, because otherwise I'm looking at something intently and you guys cannot see the window. Where's my arts assets? There's going to be one vector pack I want to rip from, and I need to find which vector pack that is. I don't think it's this one, but I'm going to pull it up just to see. No, that's definitely not it. That mega pack. I don't know if I'll ever use that mega pack. These are all like logos. I don't know if I'll ever use anything from this mega pack. Chances are most likely not. If I steal one logo from something, that's fine. But I don't foresee myself using it. This is the mega pack I want. So because I'm doing this in a bootleg style, aka not using Illustrator the way I'm supposed to, I'm going to take this PNG and I'm going to expand the bejesus out of it. I want this thing fucking huge so that when I initialize it, it starts huge, and when I take these and I make them smaller, the quality stays the same, as opposed to making them small and trying to blow them to be bigger, where the quality will then die a horrible death on me. So, what do I want out of this pack? I want, let's see, I'll take one of you. I want the sharp arrows. Oh, oops, accidentally selected the sharp arrows. Oh, I gotta hide these afterwards, because otherwise they're just gonna take up space in my hunt. I want this. Fire copy, hide it. I will probably take this. Oh. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Take it, hide it, go back to the layer. What was the thing over here? I know I want one of these things. I want you. Oh, dick. Lasso tool. Not working the hottest, because I want this. Want that definitely for sure. I absolutely need these racing stripes right here. Need. That is critical. That is critical. Critical piece. I'm probably taking the, oh, maybe, maybe not. I might have to actually lasso that one. I don't know. Can you see on the screen oh, you can see my selection tool. So you can see that one was a little packed tight. I couldn't actually grab that with the square tool. I had to grab that with the lasso. Okay, what else do we have? What else do we have? Oops, I'm moving something else instead of my main image. Tee-hee. Getting silly with it. I don't think anything down here because this is all like... these are all like a little... It's not the right thing. Let's put it that way. I might steal this. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna steal this. Maybe I'll take these little guys right here. Take these two. Just gonna supermarket sweep this bitch up. I'll take this. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but I'd like to see if I'm wrong. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Take it, delete it, go back to my right layer. And oops, move my toolbar. Let's see what else we have. I don't know if there's anything. I don't know if there's really anything else on here. I need that arrow. I know I need that arrow. Okay. And then one of these, oops. I accidentally had my box tool open. One of these really big long pieces is going to be necessary. But I will have to computer zoom a little bit to catch all of it, so. Nope. That's the fun intricacy of Photoshop. It wants you to grab by a corner if you're going to scale. Illustrator would never. But, important rule, we don't use Illustrator because it's not between the hours of 9 to 5. You catch me at work, I'm illustrating. You catch me off work, I am not. Okay. I think that's everything I need out of this pack. But there's one more pack in there I know I'm going to need a couple pieces from. Illustrator is bad screen. You are correct. Illustrator bad screen, Photoshop good screen. It's just that simple. This is the Y2K Vector Heart Mega Pack. And this is definitely the thing that's going to be super useful. Specifically, these 2 or 3 right here. So let's go out from the heavens. Blow this up. Might as well turn it outside. We know how this is going to get used anyways. I actually might need them a little bit bigger. More. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay. regular size. Let's grab you, the big one. Actually, I think I grabbed a tip of the... I need to like trim off that selection bar just a little bit because I think I grabbed the tip of that building. All right, take that. Take this. Did I clear this or not? I did. Take this. I want this. And I want one of these little honeycomb patterns down here. I'm going to steal... oops, wrong layer. Wrong layer, wrong layer. One of these honeycomb patterns. I'll take this one. Oh, my selection was a little bit wide. There we go. You use a left-handed mouse at work and a right-handed mouse at home? That's insane. You're so cool. How do you do that? Oh my god. Oh, you're a lefty. Okay, I understand. I understand much more now. A right-handed person doing that would be something else. Left-handed person, I get it. I am used to like typing with my left hand. I'm not left-handed, but I learned how to type with my just my left hand, one-handed typing with my left hand because it became really useful. I think that's everything we want from here. I don't think there's anything else that really... I've got so many freaking shapes. Okay. So I'm going to delete this mega pack. I'm going to boom, 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 boom. Okay, I've got a ton of shapes now. I have a ton of shapes to work with. Let's start with this. Now if I blending color, is it just gonna... Okay, it retained the opacity. That's what I wanted. If it was just gonna be hard red the entire way, I didn't want that. Now I want a burgundy, like that tone right there, a dark, like a blood red. Hard part is going to be organizing this in a way that has some sort of cohesion to it without looking like I created a fucking monster. Let's start with this. I like that as a concept. And I need to feel free with changing the sizing of these. Let's move some of these down here. It's stuff that I'm not using. Let's get this out of the way. And everything is dragging a little slow because Photoshop, again, Photoshop does not like being streamed. Photoshop is not the happiest camper when it's stream time. All right.
No, I know who it is.
Okay. We're getting somewhere now. We can start with something. Alright, I like that there. I kind of imagine this tucking into this area right here. Oh, that doesn't fit at all. Never mind. I'm gonna take this and turn it. If I take this, spin it outside, and then tuck it in this notch, I think this might work. Like that, yeah, just resize it a little bit, tuck that there. Can I put these in here? I think I can fit these 3 little octies. Yeah, like that.
This is the one and only DJ Flash Drive.
So this is busy, but I'm gonna probably just kill the opacity on it. Because I don't mind the color. The color's good. I want some things to be gray. What's next? I do need to actually erase the little tip right there. Beaky. Like there's a little bit of a tip. Oh, I have my opacity on my eraser set lower from when I was changing things. That is a oops on my hand. Alright. Fix that. Okay. Just putting shapes together. What if I flip this so it tucks in the end? Big Berg! Oh hell yeah. Chad, we love a Big Berg. Tuck that there. Alright, let's make a couple of these things red. Let's make some of these things red, some of these things gray. What do you say? Groovy. Yeah, I know that sample. I'm pretty sure this is the D-Light sample. Is love. Groove is in the heart. That song's so fucking good. That song's amazing. I kind of want to throw this behind everything, expand it, and that looks like horrendous. I don't think I'm gonna use that. Okay. All right, let's see. I'll be honest, Chad, I'm not the most confident about where this is going just yet. The grooves. Whoever pulled the stems for this is a genius. What a song. Okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. I'm going to pull this up to here. Okay. I'm going to put this I'm gonna shrink this down. And I'm gonna leave it black. I think it needs that contrast. I'm gonna leave it black. It needs that contrast. Okay. That's everything. Now I'm gonna do the cardinal sin of merging all of it. It is now one honking ass picture, and I'm gonna rotate it. I'll rotate it, and I'm gonna increase the size a little. And I'm going to... Oh, that's where my arrow is. I'm gonna maybe steal you back. That rotation's a little too tight. Okay. Maybe we take this and we shallow that rotation a little bit. To there. All right. I don't hate that. This is the first attempt at me doing something in this vector heart style. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to get the bathroom, and I'm going to grab a beer, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to look at it again. So I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, and I still don't know how I feel about it. I'll be honest, I still don't know how I feel about it. My biggest takeaway is it looks like it's someone's first attempt to do this, which it is. That's not wrong. That is actually correct, because I don't work in vector art very well. This is not a style I'm familiar with. I'll usually take these pieces and do something with it. The one thing I can tell you right now is I don't like this guy right here. That does not, that's giving a bad angle. He's gonna go away. I'm just gonna hard erase him out. Oops. Hello. 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 Oops. 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 Yeah. Can I use that layer? Sorry. Sorry, Photoshop. Sorry, Photoshop. I won't do it again. I'm just going to erase this. Oh, Photoshop, you poor little soul. It's gonna be okay, Photoshop. I won't be streaming forever. I think that immediately looks better. I'm still not wild about it, but I think it's what at this point I was imagining. If I was to do something like this again, and I probably will, I think I need to be more comfortable with letting there be more negative space within these. I think these feel a little tightly packed. I think as I was building it, I wanted everything to be very contiguous. I wanted everything to have a connecting point. I wanted this to match this, to match this, to match this, to match this, this to match this, this to match this, to match this, to match this, that to match that, that to match that, that to tuck neatly there, that to tuck on these. And I don't think that's to the benefit of the way this style works. I probably need to spend some off time in looking back at what, 2002 vector art looks like, and maybe draw a bit more design influence, because the strongest thing about this piece to me right now is this. That is a bold piece of movement that is against the grain and that draws your eye. And I think this complements it. If it was just this hanging out by itself, I think that'd look a little bit floaty. It'd look wrong. This grounds it. This makes it look like it's purposeful. Everything about it is saying that your eye says everything's going this way, but something is going this way. To that degree, I think it works. The movement tells you something's going this way, and then the secondary movement is going this way. I think that succeeded. I wouldn't scrap this. But it didn't. I don't think it has everything I wanted. Let's put it that way. So to finish it off, I'm just gonna add Drakengard in text, like up here. But I'll throw it down here in this to begin with, so I can find the font du jour. Let's maybe take this off of 350 tracking while I try to find a font. I'm going to pump the size a little bit. I'm actually not going to want this too big because I don't want it to be overbearing in the design. I just want it to be like a piece of it that's going to go on that very top layer, that very top line. But I want something sharp. I want something sharp that kind of bangs a little. Something that's got some attitude. Do I want missile? No, yes, I do. Yeah, I do want 399 missile. 399 missile. Yeah, I want the beefy version of 399 missile. That is it. 399 missile is a great font for something like this. Look at that shit. And it's not like bad right there either. Like, it's not the worst thing to have it right there. But I want to try it up here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep this there. And I'm just gonna hide it and make a copy, and I'll take this copy up here. In case for whatever reason this angling piece doesn't work and I have to re-angle it to be straight, I don't want to do that. because this is not a 45. This is a custom angle. So I'm gonna have to like manually match these angles. Right about there is my angle. So that, you can tell just barely. You can tell just barely my angle is off. The D is lifted. This D is not. I can try to micro adjust this. We'll see. If not, it's kind of okay. But in the effort of being, you know, being that dude about it. There we go. Look at that. That's perfect. There we go. So text up there versus text down there. I'll be honest with you. I like the text up there. I want to move it maybe just a hair off of the black so you can see that nice little separation. You can want to see the white between it. Like right there. It's Dragon Guard. And that's it. I think that's good. I am going to save that, and I am going to publish that as a final. I think that is a final. Okay. That's going to be it for tonight in terms of what I make. I had room for 3. I had room in my brain for 3. So, let's review. Let's review. What was the other one? There we go. Alright, so we just finished Dragon Guard. This is probably the one I'm the least crazy about. I think it works. I think it's good. I don't think I got all the way there. I think I could have done this. I think if I did this a second time, I'd probably get something better. That's probably how I describe it. But it's still good. I would definitely have no problem. I'd have absolutely no problem putting this in the video as a piece of art. That's not up for debate. That's fine. We had Yohane the Parhelion, Numazu, and the Mirage. This one's probably my favorite from today, just because the gigantic Yohane is such a awesome, like, focal piece. She's a big ass Yohane. I don't know what anything else I want in this world, but a big ol' honking Yohane. So the only thing, and I hesitate to do this because I don't think it works. What if I took this and I didn't make it extend all the way? What if I just tucked it in there? I don't know. I actually don't know what I like more. I keep it the way it is. I keep it the way it is. I think keeping it the way it is the way to go here. Otherwise, it gets way too heavy on the right side. I think with that blue piece on the left side not showing all the way through, it gets really heavy, and then your eye just goes all the way on the right side. This helps balance it out a little bit. And then finally we have Eternal Ring. God, this looks great. This looks really good. I think everything in this was really good, and then slapping this on here on the ring, I think that just cherry on top. Like this sells it right here. Without this, I think this is good. With this, I think this is great. I think this is the actual piece that sells this so hard. So that's 3 for 3 for the night. We're good. That's gonna be it for the stream. Thank you everyone for hanging out for the art stream. Probably do another one of these in a couple weeks or so with a couple more pieces. Just give me some time to brainstorm. Y'all be easy out there. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you all later.